Hey there, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball. With me, as always, is Will Power. And guess who's back? Tony Snap decided to join us today. He's been on a little vacation for 2 weeks. So, welcome back, Tony. How's it going, man? Everything good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with you guys too when you guys get on. So
I've been seeing you on the chat.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
thank you for that and keeping the people entertained. And if they're not entertained, you do the Trevor Bauer,
Let us
walking
know,
on
man.
up. What's up, Will? How's it going with you, man? Everything good?
Yeah, man, everything's good. I know we're a day early. We usually record on Tuesdays, and today we're doing Mondays, which is actually my fault because just in case you guys didn't know out there that I'm usually off on Wednesdays and I go to work at 2 o'clock in the morning. So for some reason I have Tuesday off instead of Wednesday. So
Yeah.
I just want to thank Carlos and Tony for accommodating me. So that way we can do the show on Monday night instead of Tuesday. So appreciate you guys.
Man, where's the applause at, man? I don't have it with me. Let me go ahead and and install it right quick. But we are live and we are unedited, so everything we say is, I mean, real.
Real talk.
Real talk. Hey, so how's it going with the fantasy teams? I know the last time we've talked, Tony, you said that you weren't doing all that well, and now like it looks like your team is kind of picking up, right?
Yeah.
So your trades that you made before, your team is actually looking good. You want to talk about your trades and how is it looking for you and everything?
Well, I mean, I made a ton of trades, so you had to be a little more specific. There's a few
Yeah,
trades.
more
Well, the
specific.
only trade I really feel bad about, I'm just hoping maybe,
Lindor.
hopefully, Lindor. Lindor is the only one I feel like, dang, you know.
Yeah.
But hopefully he can turn it around by at least. I mean, he had a little run, you know. I think he got me like 16, which is really good considering Lindor has been
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Hopefully he picks it up a lot more because that's definitely not what I expected.
From
And
Lindor.
I'm sure New York and the Mets are feeling the same way, you know.
Not just there. I mean, there's a lot of people are talking about Lindor and saying like, "What should I do? Should I hold on to him? It's a time to panic." We talked about it in our last show with
Yes.
Yelich and Lindor. So, I mean, you want to give us a little bit on that since you weren't part of that. I know you would like to
Yeah.
chime in and talk about it. So, I think
Well,
it's a good opportunity for you to do it.
yeah. I basically I mean, if you don't have him, try to shop for him. And if you don't have like Lindor or Yelich, then go after him. Even Springer, I would add to the mix. You know,
Yeah.
go after him. And if you do have him, hold on, and just hopefully they turn it around. And if not, I mean, like if it's something decent, somewhere around the same probably production that you would be expecting, maybe not. The other player isn't doing so good. Like I swapped. I had Carlos Correa, and I traded him
Lindor.
for Lindor. So I mean, that's almost like you can probably pull that off too. You know, maybe I wouldn't go as far down as Gleyber Torres, even though he was projected to be better than Carlos Correa. He definitely hasn't been doing so. He definitely has been picking it up this last week, ever since he got off of the COVID IL.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like just shop around. If you don't have him, you know, maybe you could get him cheap. And if you do have them, hold on. And if you get a decent trade, uh, take it. I guess, you know. I don't know, man. I can't. Every team is different, you know.
Yeah. Everybody's needs is different, and everybody has different ways of doing things. Like I know I would be frustrated if I had Lindor and he wasn't producing, so I'll be like, "Nah, it's time to go. It's time to shop him around." And
Yeah.
I know you were getting frustrated, and what it's week 8 now. So we're talking about week 7 recap type things, but we did see some players actually step up this week, and we want to go ahead and show them to you guys on the screen. So we'll send these players over, and I put them on the little slideshow today. So Will, you want to tell us about this guy here?
Anthony Santander, yeah, man. Last year he really broke out, and if you if he wasn't on your fantasy team, you wanted him on your fantasy team. I was lucky enough to actually pick him up right before his hot streak in one of my leagues, and dude, this guy's tearing it up right now.
Yep.
So
Well, look,
today
on
he
Yahoo,
went,
he has some 50%, sorry, Will, and ESPN 62%. So it's rarely kind of to have point, and he has been turning it up the last couple of seasons, I believe, where he's been one of those players that you don't pick up in the draft, but you pick him up during the season, and he does put up some good points. So that's a good thing. Didn't mean to cut you off, Will. Go ahead.
in the beginning of the season, he wasn't living up to expectations. I think everyone was thinking he was going to do a little bit better. But then he sprained his ankle about a month ago, and he was out for a little bit. And when he came back, he turned it on, man. He's been back for 4 games now, and I believe he has at least 1 hit in every contest. Yeah, he went 1 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 for 5, and 2 for 4. So just in that stretch since he came back, looks like he has 26 points already in 4 games.
Dang, that's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, man. He did great last season. He was an asset to everyone that had him on the fantasy team. So if he's available in your league, which it looks like he's available in about 50% of both ESPN and Yahoo leagues, go ahead and pick him up if you need an outfielder or even just a utility player.
Just a utility player. What positions is he eligible for?
I believe
just
it's just outfielder. Yeah,
just outfield, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you won't be able to have them swap him into other positions. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guy. It's Garrett Cooper from the Marlins. So this guy's he's owned in Yahoo's 10% and ESPN's 7%. Average batting average 246, 5 home runs, and 19 RBIs. This guy, he's kind of hit and miss, isn't it? Like he's hot and cold like one week. So he was all right this past week, but you think he's gonna be good this week, Will?
Well, he did good against DeGrom, right? I'm sorry. DeGrom didn't pitch for the Mets this past week, but
no, he'll be pitching tomorrow. Yeah. Welcome back.
Since May 14th, Garrett Cooper actually has at least 1 hit in every contest that he's played in. That's looks like about 10 games.
Wow.
So he's on a bit of a hot streak right now. He's eligible at first and outfield in Yahoo. I'm not sure about ESPN. It's most likely the same.
The same.
But yeah, anytime that you can find a bat on the waiver wire or free agents that is hot, if you need that position filled, you grab him right away because you never know how long the hot streak is really going to last, and you don't want to miss on your opportunity.
Yeah, man, pick up those points. I was looking at his stats right now, and it's like, what the heck?
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm putting him on my watch list right now. Yeah, so if you have a need for the outfield or first base or even like middle corner infielders, why not? He's getting you like, what was it, like 20 points a week?
20
from
points
what it looks like, 20 plus almost.
Yeah.
So man, that's an asset to any fantasy team.
Yeah.
Especially if you have Lindor.
And he already has Garrett Cooper has 3 home runs in the last 5 games.
So that's not bad. That's actually getting you points on the board.
He's got some pop, man.
Yeah, I was looking at him, man. He looks really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next guy. And this guy, we've talked about this person. And Tony, you had him on your team, and I don't know if you dropped him or you still have him on your team.
I had Santander, and I dropped him.
You dropped him?
Well, I had him in both my leagues.
Okay, so Keston Hira, he's a Yahoo 39%, ESPN 43%. His batting average is at typo again. Goddamn. 152, 1 home run, and 5 RBIs. He's batting in the minor leagues, right? In his last 38 at bats, 438. Is that something to look forward to? Is that something that the Brewers are actually wanting from this guy? And when are they going to bring him up if he's not already up?
I mean, it's good to see, especially for people that are still holding on to him.
Yeah. Are you holding on to them? No,
I dropped him.
You dropped him a long time ago?
Sack of potatoes.
They're like, I don't need him on here. Taking up a spot.
We all expected him to do, be that 30-run home run guy that I think he just had like a really good He was I think he was my bust too. But the reason I picked him up was because it was like 4 rounds later. So I was all like, oh man, what a steal. And I should have known better. I should have gone with someone else. So hopefully, I mean, for him, as a player, hopefully he does pick it up and make it back to the big leagues. And
they called him up already.
They did?
Yeah. So today was actually his first day back, and he went 1 for 3 with a 1 run scored.
There you go.
That's good. Finally.
Yeah.
And that was against Blake
Something
Snell.
to build off of.
It was against Blake Snell. So I know Blake Snell hasn't really been performing to, what everyone expected him to do. But yeah, man, going 1 for 3 in his first game back, it's a hell of a lot better than what he was doing before he got sent down to the minors. So I got some hope for this guy. He's eligible at first and second base now, not just second like he was last year. So that increases his value a bit. Yeah. First base is one of those positions that you have a pretty good chunk of like top tier talent, but then it just kind of like drops from there, and you don't really have a lot of like mid tier talent. But one guy that I really want to kind of give props to, man, and he was our sleeper. I think it was both my sleeper and Tony's sleeper, is Trey Mancini, dude. This guy has been tearing it up. He has not skipped a beat, man. He's been gone for a little while. He was dealing with cancer, completely recovered now. And I mean, obviously he's back to his old normal self because he's hitting home runs. He's getting on base a lot. He's the best hitter on the Orioles right now.
Yeah, I see that. And we'll get to that point because he's leading in something, right? So we'll get to it in the later slides shows. And let's go to the last player that you should be looking for. And this player plays for the Padres, Jerickson Profar. He's owned in 19% of Yahoo. It's 27% of ESPN. His batting average is 260, 1 home run, and 12 RBIs. I remember this guy was supposed to be the big thing in Texas, and they had so much high thing, like I don't know, they had so much high hope on this guy, and he just didn't perform the way he's performing actually now. Like right now he's performing up to his level of play, which is he's really fast. He has good defense, and he gets on base. I mean, what else do you want from a guy? And if you need someone, he gets eligible for second base and outfield. So I don't think this is a bad pick. I actually, when you send me this name, I'm like, oh, let me look at his stuff. And he's playing for a hot Padre team right now. I think the Padres are the best team in the MLB right now with 30 wins. They're actually facing the Brewers today. So, that's a good battle for them. But why did you pick him, Will?
Well, just kind of looking at his numbers from the past, couple weeks, he's been pretty good. He's been solid. He hasn't been amazing. Last 2 weeks, he's batting .333 with a .379 OBP. Yeah. He has a decent amount of runs scored. He has 8 runs. Since he bats usually like first or second in the lineup, so he doesn't get a lot of RBI opportunities, but he does steal some bases. So when he's in the lineup, you have a really good chance of kind of getting those stolen bases. That really helps out in categories leagues. In points leagues, he's still pretty valuable for the moment. Yeah, he's getting on base. He's scoring.
Especially at second.
At second base,
really valuable at second.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm looking at him for an outfielder.
No, outfielder you really want for more of a power perspective. But second base, because the position is so limited. Yep. This is a guy that you can easily just slot in your middle infield spot and just kind of leave him there for a while. We're really hoping, like you said, Carlos, that he was supposed to be like the next big thing in Texas. He was a top prospect, didn't really pan out. I remember I followed him before when he was a minor leaguer, and when he came up into the big leagues, I picked him up right away, and I ended up dropping him within a couple weeks just because he was bad.
He just bust. He was a bust.
Yeah, he really was. It was kind of like Willie Calhoun. Willie Calhoun, like when he first went to Texas because he got traded from the Dodgers, I thought he was going to be, coming up as the next second
Gagne.
baseman that they were going to have also.
Yeah.
But he just didn't do very well. But he's actually doing pretty good now. He's a legit power hitter in the outfield.
So we mentioned that the Padres are the best team, right? Let's go to another good team. And
Well, they have the best record. They're not
well,
the best team.
they're an excited team, though. Think about
Yeah.
it. They're an exciting team.
are an
Look at
exciting
Tatis. Tatis is. We were just talking about it. He had a lot of points in 4 games, dude.
Tatis is winning games for this team.
Yeah, big time.
He went 4 for 4 in his first game back from the COVID leave.
Yeah. And he came back and he only played four games and he had a lot of points. I think he got the most points out of all the hitters, right? I believe.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Dang. In 4 games. And then you had other ones that
7.
They played the full, not the full because 7 because there was a rest day. So they probably played 6 or 5. But either way, Tatis just, he's doing it, man. He did it against Colorado and Seattle. Those 2 teams are kind of like rock bottom, but it doesn't matter. It's still major leagues. They're facing the Brewers now, so I don't even know the score. What's going on with that?
They lost 5-3, so they snapped their winning streak because they were trying to make it. They were trying to make it 10 in a row,
and they only got to that 9.
They're 9-1. Yeah.
So the Dodgers have a chance to tie the first place. We only let the Padres have it for one day. Hopefully that's just that one day and then that's it. And then Dodgers can take it. Hey, so let's go into the East. I didn't put a picture on them. We talked about it, Will. We said we were going to talk about Chapman. You said he went 19 innings straight without allowing a run. Some people might even said that he had Cy Young caliber type stuff. Like closers have won the Cy Youngs. That's why I'm wearing this shirt, This is one of the guys that actually won the Cy Young back then. And Eric Gagne, for those of you that don't know who Game Over is,
the real deal.
Yeah, this guy was 56 straight innings without allowing a run. So that's the record. I think that's the record. I believe it's still the record. And for a closer, and he won the Cy Young that year. So Chapman, dude. You said he might be the next Mariano Rivera.
Nah, that was just a joke.
Oh, okay. I was just like, hell no, dude. Like, no. I even text you back. I'm like, no, I don't think so. And you were like, no, it's not a question. That's what we should talk about. Tony, what do you think about Chapman, man?
Man,
your guys.
He's always been on my fantasy league. And this year, unfortunately, they beat me to it. I've been trying to trade.
You should have drafted him number 1 overall.
I did that one year. Don't forget. Never forget, man.
Never. You should make it. You should make a shirt.
I was a shirt. Remember my fantasy league name? World Series Chapman's.
I think we should make a shirt with Chapman's face, and then never forget pick number 1 pick.
Yeah, that was my first year, and it was a
light
one too.
Sometimes you try to you make a draft pick and you think maybe it'll be worth the gamble, and it just doesn't pan out. I've done that before. I drafted Gary Sanchez number 2 overall. I mean, not number 2 overall, as my second pick. I want to say I was the 12th pick of the draft, and I went a pitcher first, and then I went Gary Sanchez number 2, so 13th overall.
Dude, but that's just the beginning, though. Like, I remember when we first started doing this, we were all so green into this thing, and we didn't understand what was going on. Like, even we were like, let's try the fantasy baseball. The good thing is that we tried it with friends and not with, going outside and doing it online and paying money for it, which was kind of, we still paid money, but we were learning as we were going. We put this screen last time on the last show, and there was a 2 start pitchers. Since it's Monday, I told Will, like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on again, because if you're listening to the show right now and you want to know who's out there that's going to be a 2-start pitcher, and you still have a chance, because there's pitchers that are pitching tomorrow and they're going to pitch on Sunday. So I know, Will, you said Gomber was your guy, right, from Colorado. How he do? Did he pitch today?
Yo, he went 8 innings. He allowed 4 hits, 2 runs with 8 Ks, and he got the win. So he in our league, he scored 32 points. So
he got the quality start.
he got the quality start. So you always want to try to, you want your starting pitchers to get about 20 points every start. That's a good start. And for this guy to get 32 and he's only 19% owned, that was a huge pickup for me, man. I really need some wins in our league. But yeah, hopefully.
Sorry, man. I just saw the record, so I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, I really do, dude. You know what though? It could turn around really quick. If I get three wins in a row, I'll shoot up the rankings. Well, I should be like.
What's your week look like though? Who do you know your schedule? Like who are you playing? Like, are you going to be playing John's Unreal team?
No, he can probably get this week. I'm actually playing.
I think he just won too. I think he won last week. Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually playing against Chris Bangs Cheeks, who's actually
right
up
now.
in
No,
rankings.
but next.
Oh, next week?
Yeah, like because that's the only way I think you. Because like if you're facing some of the bigger hitters, it's gonna be tough for you to get some.
Next week, I'm facing John's Unreal team.
Good for you, man.
You want me? Hey, do we need an applause on that one or what?
It's looking pretty good,
team, though, man.
It's looking. Yeah, he just doesn't pay attention. He doesn't move the players in and out. Like if guys have the day off or if someone's on the IL, he doesn't put them in the IL slot.
So he's not paying attention.
I've been trying to trade with him too, man.
He's used to roto leagues. He does roto leagues where you don't really have to do much during the season. It's you have your lineup and you let it sit and you maybe check it once a week. There's not a lot of maintenance on it. Gotcha. So he does a lot of fantasy football. He's used to like the, you set your lineup and you're done for the week type of fantasy leagues. So
yeah,
the daily fantasy leagues, it's been a struggle for him, but he said he's going to pick it up. So we'll see.
If he picks it up, pick it up next week when you play Will.
No, don't do that.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. Like, oh man, they're not gonna let Will win. That's messed up.
Will, I'm sorry, man. Hey, you got a decent team, man. I'm surprised that you don't get more W's than you.
I know, man. I don't know, Tony, if you saw the list of starting pitchers that I sent you and Carlos in our group text yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So that list of starting pitchers is actually my pitching staff in Walter's league.
In your face, sucker. Yeah, dude. That's a dope ass. What I was telling you, Will, that's a dope ass starting.
It really is.
Yeah,
Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Corbin Burns, Aaron Civale, Trevor Rogers, Ian Anderson. I got some guys that are kind of whatever, like Tyler Mahle, Nick Pivetta, Bumgarner, but then I have Valdez on the injured list and Sixto Sanchez also waiting to come back in June. So my pitching staff looks pretty great. I'm in last place in that league too, man.
Jeez.
I don't get it. I have such a good squad, but it's like they always just seem to like get me by like 20 points, or in this one that's a categories league, it's like I'll lose like 7-5 or some like random. I'll like dominate in pitching, but my hitting, man, I have a lot of really good veteran hitters that are just not hitting right now.
Yeah, they're not producing.
They're not producing. Yeah,
I really legit think
they're
just messed things up.
They're like 2 points. It's because you don't have like that one standout player. Because every team needs at least like two players that are gonna always get like 20-30 points a week.
Well, I have Nelson Cruz,
but he's hurt and he's been
hurt
right now. He hasn't played in 4 games, so that's been hurting me. But then, like the rest of my lineup, I have Rhys Hoskins, Eugenio Suarez, Trevor Story, Michael Brantley.
Michael Brantley hasn't been producing though. He hasn't been producing to what we thought he was going to be producing to. He's getting you 15? What is it?
It's because Will, you know what it is?
12 to 15 points a week.
You have too many elite pitchers and not enough elite hitters.
Yeah, I've been sending trades out. So I actually offered Kershaw to get Arenado. So if I can get Arenado to kind of take the place of Suarez, and I could just put Suarez on the bench until I need to, if Arenado gets the day off, or just put him in utility, I think that's really going to help me out.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully it turns
Hopefully.
around.
That's
Hey,
an
man.
even
They're not
trade,
stubborn.
right? That's an even
Yeah.
trade. Kershaw for
That's a
Arenado.
good trade. That's a really good trade.
Yeah, that's not a stud for stud, man. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really, really good
Yeah,
trade.
especially if you need pitching, oh man, there's a lot of teams that are like, I look around and I'm just like, whoa, they need pitching. They need pitching.
Yeah, every team
Yeah.
needs pitching.
Everybody
There's
needs
not really a
pitching.
lot out
Except for
there
our
on the waiver
teams.
wire.
Not
That's
ours.
why, dude. That's why you got to look at this 2-star pitchers. You know,
Yeah.
I've been right on 4 of them so far.
Yep, you have.
Carlos Rodon, you know, the most recent one, Gomber, and then last week was Casey Mize, who did great in both of his
Oh
starts.
yeah, he did
And then
good.
I had one more. I don't remember who it was, but I've been picking some good ones, and I try to pick them up in every league possible that I can, but sometimes they're already picked up, even if they're only like 10-15% owned. So that kind of
I'm trying to think of there was one more pitcher you said. I'm trying to think about who it was. I'll come up once we keep going in the show.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We have the the leaders of each category in baseball, and Bo Bichette, league leader, and 38 runs scored. Who has Bo Bichette? If you have Bo Bichette, man, this guy is just I don't know. I think he's gonna be a star to be reckoned with in the future. Not now. I think he's just starting to pick it up, but I think he's gonna continue to rise, man. He's gonna be one of those big time shortstops. His defense is not all there yet.
No, I think eventually they're going to move him. He's probably going to end up playing second base.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I don't think
Simeon.
he has a arm though, man. He's been throwing that.
Yeah. Hey, he's been doing that for like since a kid, bro. You don't
Yeah.
want to mess up his with his head, and then his bat suffers. He's not with someone like with the Dodgers where you expect that type of versatility.
Yeah.
You know, an organization where they're like, okay, we need you here, or Tampa. You know, he's with the Blue Jays. So.
Well, look at Vlad. Vlad moved from third to first, and all of a sudden, he's the best hitter in baseball right now.
But see, look, from third to first, it's not
that much difference. But this is what my point is with Bo Bichette. If they move him to second, maybe his hitting's going to suffer. Look what happened to Gavin Lux. He moved to shortstop since Corey Seager got hurt, and look how he's been hitting. He's been more confident. He's been more of himself because he's originally a shortstop. He's not a second baseman.
Position.
Yeah. So when you move a player from where he grew up playing, like it's different. It's really different. It messes with your psyche, man. And a lot of people are going to say, no, it doesn't. It doesn't, but it does. It just messes with you on home plate. And
they're not comfortable.
Yeah, they're not comfortable. I can see it in Gavin Lux's approach when he's up there when he's playing second base.
Now, huh?
Yeah, right now he's just like, man, when he's hitting the ball, the helmet's coming off.
Slams, right?
Yeah, too.
You know what? Honestly, I prefer Gavin Lux's defense at shortstop than I do Corey Seager's defense at shortstop.
Oh, no, by far, man. He waits for the ball. He has I think his arm needs to get a little bit more improvement, but he's still young. So that still can happen. Like Bo Bichette, he's been throwing the ball from the hole. Like he has a cannon from out there. Yeah, he's going to get older. Once he reaches that man strength, I'm pretty sure he's going to become like one of those top shortstops. And his defense is shaky, right? Bo Bichette and Gavin Lux, I believe they're the same age. So, he's not going to play shortstop unless they move Corey Seager to third base.
Yeah, but Corey Seager's a free agent after this season. So we don't even know what's going to happen right there. They could just make Gavin Lux a starting shortstop and just say bye-bye to Seager.
Yeah, because even the Yankees said that they want to go ahead and pursue him, so they're going to throw him that Yankee money. And he doesn't have a beard or anything, so he'll fit right in. He'd go with a Yankee.
That's true.
Jacob deGrom, league leader in ERA, 0.68. You say he's going to pitch tomorrow. He's coming off the IL. Tony, you have him on your fantasy, you lucky bastard. So
yeah. Well, he cost me, man. It's not like.
Well, yeah, he was your first pick.
Well, it's because I was number one. So it was either you have to go for a strong pitcher.
It was a good pick.
No, it was a good pick. No one's saying that.
But still, it's like, man, sometimes I'm just like, there's so many good hitters.
But you still have a good team, though. And it's still a long season.
He's elite.
I mean, look at Acuna, man. You probably got the slide coming up right now, but this dude leading
I'll go ahead and put it up.
Home runs.
Yeah.
Leading the league in home runs with 15 home runs, dude.
Yeah. But did you see Acuna try to bat left, and then Sphincter was like, "Nah, man, go get that
was
right hand.
ridiculous.
Go get that right hand freaking helmet. You're not batting left. Get out of here with that, man." There's
He's
so
like,
much
"No,
things
no,
going on with
no,
that
no."
old baseball thing with La Russa and
Dude, and they were
you
up
know?
by a lot.
Yeah, they were up by a lot.
It's
But
not like they were losing a critical at bat, you know. Sometimes, like, dude, it's crazy because like MLB, their slogan is "Let the kids play," but they don't let them.
they're not.
They don't let them express themselves. They don't let them do like what. Let them play
But
like
there's been
robots.
problems with Acuna though. Acuna's had problems before. Remember, he didn't run out to first base. He didn't run to first, and there was I guess a fly out or something, and they got him out at first. And then there was like he thought he had hit a home run, and it should have been a double. He should have been at second base, and then they got him. He didn't run to second, and he stole second or something like that. But then after that, they sat him down. So you have those issues with him. So he doesn't hustle or for little things, So I don't know. I guess the Braves coach.
Ian, I don't get that, man. You do it once, the coach reprimands you and tells you need to make sure you run that out every single time. Why wouldn't you run it out every single time if he literally just told you? It's an attitude issue. It's the same thing that we saw in Machado. I really hope that Acuna doesn't have that attitude like Machado does, because that's just going to be a big problem in the Atlanta clubhouse, because he's going to be with that team for a long time. They gave him that extension. I think it was 8 years.
Who, Acuna? Yeah. It was 8 years. Yeah.
So he should still have 6 years left on that contract. So 6 years with the guy that kind of plays for himself and not really for the team. That's not good, man. That's not good for playoff baseball. It's good for his individual stats. Eventually, when his contract comes up, he's going to get a big contract again. But if you want to win a World Series, baseball is a team sport, and you really need to work together as a team.
It's a long season. I understand them. I understand them.
I agree with everything
every
you guys
time,
are
man.
saying. Yeah, I agree with what you guys are saying, but at the same time, like, I don't. And the reason I say that is just because, like, nobody really says those things about like other players that are doing the same type of shit, Soto, Tatis,
Soto just had one. He
hit what I mean?
He hit a info fly ball, and they didn't catch it, but he didn't run it out.
See, look, like sometimes it's just like
frustration.
It is, and
that's one thing with Soto. Maybe I understand that a little bit better. I understand being frustrated, and you're like, "Damn it, I just fucked up."
They're still young.
I don't understand that at all. I'm sorry, I don't understand Soto why he didn't run. He should have run. If there was a ball that's actually,
these guys get hurt. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
but you're not run. You're not hustling. This is different. He didn't run. Soto did not run to first base. He waited for the ball. He was like, "Oh, let me go ahead and check it out." And then once the ball was coming down, he's like, "All right, I guess I'll run to first." And he started to, like, what do you call it, jog to first. They missed the ball at home plate. That would have been a run, dude. It would have been a run if he would have just jogged from the get-go. So that's the frustration. The frustration is that it's not that he didn't hustle. If he didn't hustle, fine, but he would have been at first at least, and he wasn't.
What was the score line?
Huh?
What was the score line?
I guess it's I guess I forgot what it was. It's
because to me that matters. When you're up by like Acuna was gonna bat left-handed, right, or right-handed. I don't know what he was.
Acuna's right-handed. Soto's
left-handed. But like, sometimes I just feel like you gotta let these kids play seriously. Like, let their personalities come out, because this is what makes them. This is how they're most comfortable.
No, of course.
Of course, you got to ring it back sometimes. Sometimes they do get out of hand. Sometimes, I understand that, but I don't know, man. 15 home runs. Like, when you get that type of production, you don't want to try to stifle someone like that. To me, in my eyes, it's like, and that's where good managers come into play. They know how to talk to these players.
Yeah.
When they should do an ego check and not. But I mean, as a fan, I don't give a F. Just
ego's one thing. Like, you could have the biggest ego in the world if you deserve it. That's fine. But that doesn't mean that you can play lazy.
So wait, so
Scoreline matters to me, man.
So the Soto's completely different than Cunha. Cunha is not hustling, but he is running. Okay, that's different. I completely understand what Acuna is doing. What Soto did, I don't understand. Is that I understand frustration, what you guys just mentioned, but what are you taught when you're playing Little League? You run everything out. Even if you're jogging, you run it out. Even if you ground ball like a little scribbler to the pitcher, you run it out. Even if you have a fly ball and like outside the lines, which is a foul ball, you still run it out. Why do you run it out? I have no idea, but you still run it out. This one was a fair play. It was a fly ball between the catcher and pitcher. He did not run. And then once the ball was coming down, he's like, all right, I'll go and jog. The ball dropped, and then they threw it to first base. I do not know the score. I don't know what's going on with all that stuff, but it's different. That's what you call, like, come on, that's an ego thing. Like, I understand the frustration, but not so much. I kind of just threw some points away from Soto for me, like, to be honest. I mean, he's a good player, but that play right there kind of showed me a different side from him that, it's for, I mean, you guys are baseball players. You guys should know. You guys run everything out, right?
I'm not bothered by it. I don't run. What?
Tony rolls.
Exactly, man.
Like, I roll. Leave me alone.
Yeah, man. If I don't hit it in the gap, I'm not sprinting all the way.
No, you're not. I'm not saying that. I'm not. That's exactly what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. Is that if you hit a fly ball, you still jog to first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're taught that in Little League, you're taught that when you're
I'll jog with my head down sometimes.
Yeah, kind of like be like, damn, I had that ball, right?
Yeah.
Hey, but you never know. They could
man.
lose it in the sun. Look at Brandon Crawford, an easy pop fly to shortstop a couple days ago, and he lost it in the sun.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. And a really high pop fly like that, if it's a fast base runner, if it's a Cunha, he could easily be on second base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why not hustle it out?
True.
Well,
that's
good, man.
The thing is, we wouldn't be talking about this if the end result was different. If those plays were caught, or if they got out,
exactly,
we wouldn't be talking about this. The only reason we're talking about it is because people notice the negative. They don't notice when it's just kind of whatever.
When the play is routine and it gets out,
right, exactly.
And they don't even do it. Yeah, you're right.
But how many times do we see a third baseman or a shortstop overthrow to first base?
A lot of times.
There was who was it? I think it was Jim Thome or something. It was like a famous
first baseman.
It was a famous play. Like, he hit a ball and it was like a fly ball, and he just turned around and started walking to the dugout. He didn't even run to first base. And then all of a sudden his team's yelling at him like, hey, they dropped it. So he starts running to first base, and then it was all the way in left field, and then they ended up throwing it to first base, and then he got out just because he didn't jog it out.
Yeah.
So you never know, because we're all human. Every single player out there makes mistakes.
Yep.
And if you don't capitalize on their mistakes, you're not going to win.
That is true.
That's how you win at batting, right? You capitalize on the pitcher's mistakes. If a pitcher throws a hanger to you, you get on top of it and you just bust it out of the park. Or if he leaves one right down the middle, same thing.
Same thing, man. Well, let's keep moving on, dude. We have the Jack Flaherty league leader, 8 wins. There's no one else that has more wins than this guy. I remember we kind of skipped this guy a lot in our draft. I remember not a lot.
He's 8-0, huh?
He's 8-0. Yeah.
You know who's behind him though?
Trade for him.
Yeah, who's right behind him?
Who's right behind him?
Who's right behind him in wins is Julio Urias.
Are you serious?
6-1 or 7-1, right?
7-1.
Yeah. Wow.
I was trying to trade for both of those guys, but nobody wants to.
No one's
let them
budging.
go, 'cause
It's hard to trade for pitchers right now.
Yeah. And plus, Tony, no one wants to trade with you, man.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, man. You have a good team, dude. You have a really good team.
That's the problem. They see my team and they're just like, nah.
Well, that's the thing. They see your team and they're like,
they see my other players and they're just like, no. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the trade offers I send to some people look like trash, but at the same time I feel like they're fair. Like Trey Mancini. I just traded Trey Mancini for Musgrove.
Oh my God, you fucked up.
Musgrove's been going off, bro.
Yeah,
He has.
And he's with the Padres. I fucked up in a league where we need pitching.
Oh, damn.
And the guy that's 1-6. I'm sorry to go there. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was directed to you, Will, not me.
Hey, I'm just saying, like you have to pull the trigger and make moves where you need to. I have solid outfielding. I feel like they're not gonna let me down. I have Bryce Harper and I have Cody Bellinger coming back. I felt like I can let go of Trey Mancini for not necessarily an elite pitcher, but someone right in the next tier, like the second tier of that. And I feel like Musgrove is definitely there. If you look at I think he's probably like in the top 10 pitching points. So I don't think I did bad.
Yeah.
Despite what Will thinks.
So Whit Merrifield, league leader in 13 stolen bases.
All right, check this out real quick.
Go for it.
Musgrove is probably high in those points because of that no hitter. That just put him like that gave him pretty much double what a normal start would give him, maybe even more than that, because usually you want 20 points for the starter.
60 points.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
that's like getting like 3 really good starts out of a
two
good starts.
Like
60 points.
60 points may get you like what, 28 and 28 or 29.
If you have a pitcher that goes 6 innings and he gets like 7 Ks, and he gets
Wheeler just got me like 60 points.
Who?
Zach Wheeler
in one game.
In 2 starts.
2 starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got more points than Cooper, who just pitched a no hitter.
Check this out. Against Colorado, Musgrove on the 19th. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 11 Ks. Great start. But then the 3 previous starts before that, he only went 5 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 8 hits, 4 hits, 4 runs, 5 runs, 1 run, 4 walks, 2 walks.
That's how you get them, guys. All right. Despite what Will thinks, that's when you target a player when they're doing bad. That's when you go out there and send out a good trade.
You target better pitchers.
Trey Mancini, who was like my 19th round, for a guy who goes in the 6th round. How is that not a good trade, Will?
You can't really look at it like that. You have to look at what their production is going to be for the rest of the season, not when you got them.
I got Musgrove. I think he's doing really good. I think Musgrove, like I was thinking of trading him for Yelich.
And then not anymore, right?
Nah, I'm not thinking about it anymore, dude. I'm like, look, Musgrove is playing for a top-notch team, the Padres. The Padres
gotta get you run support.
This guy gets run support. What you just said, Tony. He gets run support. He reaches at least to the 5th inning, which he could get you that W, which is going to be extra points.
So
he might not be one of those top.
An extra 3 points.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. You're looking at it. This guy. I mean, he's going to get you what, 15, 20 points a start, and if it's a 2 start,
well, in most leagues, it's 5 points.
It's 5 points, and the average in Yahoo, it's 5 points. From what is it called?
A W, yeah.
Yeah, for a W. And Musgrove, look, dude, I've been saying this in spring training. This guy has been throwing pretty good. He has a no hitter now, and he's been pitching really good.
Yeah, but no hitter seems like it doesn't really mean much this year.
It means a no hitter still.
You're winning your league because of it. Come on, well,
a no hitter in fantasy, it really means a lot.
Hells yeah!
But in real baseball, if you combine the no hitters from last season and this season, it's out of control.
It's out of control. It's one of those things where you're kind of expecting the no hitter this week, right? When it used to be like, I haven't seen a no hitter in a year, or I haven't seen a
exactly.
No-hitter
you think maybe one a year, possibly even 2 a year. You know.
So who's going to be the next guy that throws a no hitter then? Is it going to be a Dodger?
Urias almost had it.
Urias had it on Sunday, right? He went into the 5th inning.
Man. You know who I think we should get it?
Trevor Bauer.
No.
Oh,
a Dodger. But from the trends that I'm seeing, it's gonna be
who?
David Price.
David Price?
Oh, if they let him pitch, because Gosling's still gonna be maybe like 2 weeks out.
2 weeks out. Yeah, you're right.
So, and I think he's here now, right? Isn't Price already pitching?
Yeah.
I know he's doing bullpen, but maybe he does a spot start.
A spot start.
And pitches that no hitter.
I don't know, dude. I don't think he's gonna pitch that
Will's
much.
Just mad at our picks,
I don't think he can go 9 innings.
Who? Price?
Yeah.
He's only allowed to pitch 80 pitches right now. He's still not stretched out because he missed last year.
But see, like they'll let somebody go if they're doing like
going
into the 7th.
No, they didn't with Stripling. Stripling went into the 8th inning without allowing any hits. And
hold on, man. I gotta get the door. I think that's David Price.
Hey, I got the old school hat for him right
I
here.
I see that, dude. That's a old throwback Tampa Bay Rays. That was the Tampa Bay Devil Rays back then when they had the TV like that, which was really dope. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, man. Saves. This guy's leading in saves, and I have him on my fantasy. Mark Melancon, league leader, 16 saves. I was trying to trade this guy too, man. Look, I was trying to trade this guy and Musgrove for Yelich, and nothing.
What?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing happened.
To who? What league?
The Hobbies League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would have done it.
Right. I would have done it too. And then I think about it now. Yeah. Now I thought about it now, and I'm like, hell no. Good thing he said.
I'm trying to trade with that guy anymore. Just like John's Unreal Team. I can't spend that energy because I know that they're either not going to pay attention or they're going to decline it as soon as they see it. They're not even going to acknowledge what it can do for their team.
Do you think it's they're hoarders? They like to hoard.
Yeah, dude, you know what I had offered? I had offered for Yelich like 3-4 weeks ago. I had offered Trevor Rogers from Miami, the pitcher. I offered Winker and Haniger.
Didn't you offer McCullers too?
Yeah, I offered 4 players for Yelich while he was hurt. And what did he say to me? He's all like, nah, I'll just wait for you to drop these players in the waiver. And I was all like, you're crazy. Like, are you not? So I was just like, you know what? I'm done. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. As
Will would say.
As Will would say, yeah. I was just like,
who was this?
I'm not wasting my time with this because
who was this?
This was Polar Bear.
Oh, really?
For Yelich, dude.
What the hell?
Trevor Rogers, McCullers, Winker, and Haniger.
Let's give him this. Let's give Polar one of these.
Seriously though, man. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
but
he didn't accept it.
I think you were even trying to give me Melancon. Remember, you were just gonna give him to me in
I was
because McCullers trade, and I told you like, nah, man, that's too much. I didn't want to take him from. I wanted to, but at the same time, I was like, nah, I can't. So
look, Tony, the reason I saw it is because I saw McCullers. McCullers has been pitching really good, dude. And I saw the chance. I'm like, oh, I don't even know if this is a even trade. Like, really, you're gonna give him to me? And then I gave you Giolito.
Yeah. So, that was more than fair, man.
It was more than fair.
You were trying to add Melancon, and I was like, you're tripping. Like,
but you know why? The reason is because Giolito hasn't been pitching all that great.
Oh, he wasn't at the time.
Oh, he wasn't at the time.
Wasn't. But could you imagine, Will, if I would have taken that Giolito and Melancon for McCullers and Chapman? I think
Chapman is stepping up too for me, so I'm good.
Yeah, he is. He's starting to come through. I mean, Oakland is just the Smash Brothers right there. Olsen and Chapman.
Yeah,
they're the new Smash Brothers. Who was it before? Canseco and McGuire.
Dang. Oh yeah.
They were the Smash Brothers. Yeah,
the Smash Brothers back in the 80s, early 90s. Shane Bieber, league leader, 98 strikeouts. None of you guys have Shane Bieber?
I don't, but that's the guy you should probably be targeting because he's been having some mediocre starts.
He hasn't been good. He hasn't been the pitcher that you drafted him for.
Which is why you go pick him up now.
I mean, the strikeouts are there. He has quality starts. He's very valuable in a categories league, but in a points league, he's still really valuable because the K's they just increase his points a lot. But he should be doing a lot better than this, man. He's
giving up a few more runs.
He's the reigning Cy Young champion, and his ERA is up to 332.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
well,
not
he's
bad.
with the Indians too, though.
332
doesn't
is
give him any
great.
run support.
That don't matter with ERA.
Well, yeah, the ERA doesn't matter, but then you get those extra points. Like, look, a pitcher. The way I look at fantasy, I look at the team as well, because a pitcher loses their morale when you're not getting run support.
Yeah, that's what was hindering DeGrom for so long.
Yeah,
because
and he just went like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna pitch."
He would have like 30 starts where he would allow less than 2 runs, and he would only have like 6 wins.
Yeah. Well, he didn't get. He just what? He doesn't have a lot of wins this year.
No, because the Mets still aren't hitting. Everyone thought they were going to hit. Lindor is the one that's holding back the team, I think. Once he starts hitting,
it's everybody, bro. They all.
It's everybody.
Dominic Smith.
Hitting is contagious. And when you have a guy like Lindor on the team and he's not hitting, it brings down morale. If Lindor starts hitting, everyone else is going to hit.
But you seen him on the field, though?
Oh normally, when I seen the Mets win, it's when Lindor doesn't do shit and everybody else picks it up. So I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me, Will.
Lindor's
been trash all year, man. And the few games that they win, it's usually because of Dominic Smith. I saw him get a couple of walk-offs, and then what's his name? Pilar was doing good before he got hit in the face. You guys see that?
Yeah,
that was so bad.
Man. That really
so
sucked.
bad.
Oh man, hats off to that guy. That was a.
Hey, do you guys seen I know you guys aren't into basketball, but what happened is that Pilar got hit in the face by a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. He was on the ground for 36 seconds, and LeBron James got poked in the eye. He was down for 80 seconds. So, who's tougher, dude? You know, who's a tougher guy? I think Pilar. Oh man, he needed plastic surgery to fix that nose, man.
Yeah.
He was jacked up.
I think he's in a dugout.
And
already.
You know what though? He even tried to like reach out to the pitcher that hit him.
He did reach out.
And he told him like, you know, I hope this doesn't discourage you. You're a good pitcher. It just got away from you. I know it wasn't intentional. I just want you to get back on your game. Don't let this bring you down. Like he was such a man about it, you know?
I think all these hitters have been since I guess Bryce Harper did. I think he was the first one that we heard reach out to the pitcher, right? I think it was Bryce Harper when he got hit in the face. Man, that guy didn't even get cut. That's how tough that guy is. He has a tough face.
And I don't even think he didn't even like drop to a knee, right?
No.
Nothing to Pilar because that
hell no, that was straight on to the nose.
That was square.
Yeah, that was square on the nose, like pop right there. Yeah. And then Bryce Harper, it was just like, man, I didn't put my face right there. You know, he was like, I think like a man,
more in the cheek,
more in the cheek. Yeah. He was just like, man, I could take first base. I could walk it over there. I don't care.
Yeah, but man, speaking of Harper, that guy hasn't been doing good either. He's been battling like I don't know if it's a wrist or a shoulder injury.
Shoulder,
maybe both. I don't know. But ever since they sat him down of like 2 weeks ago, I think they sat him down because of a shoulder injury. It was like right after he came back from getting hit in the face, and it was like, man, he just hasn't been coming through. He got me -3 this past week, which made my week super hectic, man. Like
you're like, man, why? Well, one of the guys that's not struggling is this guy right here, Nick Castellanos, league leader, 356 batting average. And I have him on my fantasy. Dude, almost all these guys are on my team. Like, why am I not
actually there is one guy that has a better batting average than Nick Castellanos, and that's Byron Buxton. But the reason why I didn't put him on there is because he's still hurt. And he's missed a bunch of games in the past few weeks. So I didn't really count him as like qualifying to be on this list just because he's missed so much time.
Yeah, and then he came up. He came up to the league a little bit later too. I think it was the second week, right? So he doesn't have enough batting. What is it called? At
plate
bats.
Appearances.
Yeah, plate appearances, so I can be qualified. But yeah, Nick Castellanos has been really good for me, man. I like the dude. I told since this play right here, I think that's when he started stepping it up. And he's a big time hitter. So I don't see this guy actually fading away. And if he does fade away, maybe it's time to actually start trading. But I don't think he's going to fade away. He's always been one of those hitters that he hits in the 3s 280s, 300s, right?
Yeah.
He's never been one of those
But
players that
when he went
fades
from
away.
Detroit to Cincinnati, he just turned it up a notch, dude.
Yeah.
He's hitting more home runs. He better batting average, better plate discipline, hitting the ball harder. I think that move was great for him. I don't know why, because Cincinnati is nothing special. I guess it's more special than Detroit.
It's not special, but I think what it is more of like
The hitter's ballpark.
it's a hitter's ballpark, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not something to be so much happy,
Which is why Winker's so good too, man. He was like a prospect, but
he was a top
expected
prospect. I remember I drafted him
think it's
in his rookie season.
Yeah.
I attribute that to Castellanos probably, man. Why Winker is such a good hitter. And also like Joey Votto, like the
He had a good
veteran
week this
contract.
past week too, Winker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think he got more points than Wheeler and Kluber. Kluber pitched a no-hitter, and I think he got more points than Kluber.
yeah.
Winker?
Yeah.
I think Winker was in the 60 points. He was near Tatis.
He went crazy.
Yeah. He was really good. He was really
Yeah,
good.
I have him in my league too.
Another guy was Austin Reilly. That's what I was telling Will, but he was when I was looking.
Hey, you weren't lying, Will. That one I do give you.
He was
Austin Reilly? No, I think you had mentioned some other hitter, but whatever.
I picked up Austin Reilly in one of the leagues.
Yeah, and he hit 6 home runs this past week. So, dude, 6 home runs in any league is pretty dope. Like you probably get 6 home runs from your whole team one week, and this guy did it in by himself. So if you had him on your team, kudos for you. I think he's available. I think he's only 80% picked up. So if it's a 20% chance you might be able to pick him up. He's batting like 300. So he's been stepping it up. I don't know if you guys want to go and look at it.
And he's eligible at third and outfield.
Oh, he's eligible at outfield?
Yeah.
I thought he was
I
only
don't
third.
think so. Not in ESPN.
Not in ESPN? I think it's just Yahoo. Yeah, ESPN, you have to play like a bunch of games out there. I don't even know. 10? Yeah, it's not going to happen. Tony, what's up with Bellinger, man? We have a little bit of time so he can tell us about Bellinger. Is he ready to come up already? Is he going to be with the Dodgers in the weekend or next week?
He should be back this weekend, according to, of course, bearing any setbacks. But he's been running at full speed. He's been, I think he played yesterday.
Yeah.
He's
played 2 minor league games so far.
Yeah, so he played today as well. From the last I read, Robert said that they're going to let him play like 6 to 8 games or something like that.
Sweet.
And he should probably be back by the weekend. So
Syndergaard's in
Friday the earliest, maybe Monday the latest,
Cool. Syndergaard's in the same boat. He already pitched 2 games in the minor leagues. So
it's
looking good. He went 4 innings. So it's looking like the first start he went 3 and the second one he went 4, and he's in the limit pitch. So those 4 innings could be probably he's pitching under what they said, only because he reaches that 4th inning, they're taking him out.
It's probably like 60, 65.
Yeah, so it's not a high volume of pitches, but he'll is getting there. And once the Mets get him on there, they're gonna have a even more solid.
Do you know the velocity of his pitches?
I haven't read up on it.
He was hitting like 95.
95?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think he was averaging like 97 before Tommy John. Yeah. But it's good to see 95,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because not even 95 is hard, dude.
Yeah,
and he's saving his arm. Like, I mean, he's a big ass dude.
No, the speed will come after he gets, warmed up, stretched out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the warm weather coming and everything. So
and I'm sure he still has little things that he needs to fix his mechanics also.
Yeah.
When you have so much time off, your body changes a little bit. And
hey, that's the guy who's gonna throw a no-hitter.
Syndergaard?
Yeah, just like Kluber came back from an injury, like a 2-year injury.
He's gonna.
Hey, who would have thought Kluber would have got a no-hitter this year, man?
I don't know. But
you said it, Will. You said he's the only ace. Tony, you did say he was a sleeper, but Will, you did say that he was the only ace from all the 7 that threw the hitter. Well, Bumgarner was an ace too, but they're not counting that.
That one has an asterisk.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. But Corey Kluber is the only ace, that's thrown in.
All these other guys, they're slightly better. What did I say? It was slightly above average pitchers.
They're number 3, number 4 pitchers.
Yeah.
Probably even number 5 on some of
So
those.
fantasy league,
Yeah.
it's definitely 5
Yeah, 5
for
Yeah.
fantasy, but like on a regular baseball team, definitely like 3 or 4.
Yep.
But fantasy is like 5 or 6 for
Yep,
waivers,
yep.
which is
All right,
where they-
guys. We reached the end of our show. Any last thoughts? 30 seconds each. Will, go first.
I don't think so, man. I think we pretty much covered all these good topics for everyone. I didn't
Sweet.
see any questions on there, so
I think they're used to us going on Tuesday, but that's good that you
Yeah.
explained, so if they have to catch up, they could catch up on Tuesday. and
well, we are on
send us a
Castbox
message.
now, right? So when you
Yep.
upload this, they can always just listen to the episode tomorrow, since we're not live tomorrow.
That's true. Tony, any final thoughts? It's kind of weird, right? We're kind of going through it pretty fast. The
Yeah,
hour
it
doesn't seem like enough time.
No, but I, you know what? Final thoughts. Will, are you willing to part with Scherzer in the Yahoo League?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start thinking about some things.
I need a third baseman.
You're
All
not
right.
getting a Renato.
All right, guys.
I need a
So
third
we
base.
reached that top.
We'll
time.
find something. Lindor.
All right, guys. So, yeah, there's nothing else to say. I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Will Power and Tony Snap. Real Talk Baseball. Signing out.